Okay, we are, sorry for the lack of an early stream today. I went over last night, but I had to take the cat to the vet. I'm also not going to be able, I've also confirmed I'm not going to be able to do an early stream tomorrow as well, because I had to go, check out a vehicle. I may actually even end up being late for my later stream tomorrow. Oh, I didn't realize we could do the Gumshoe Gab from the main menu, which... Isn't that a little counterintuitive? Because we just started the Mystery Labyrinth with it, and they're like, oh, well, you can't view it in a Mystery Labyrinth, but, like... If I'm in the Mystery Labyrinth, I can just go to the start menu to view. I don't know, it's weird. We just started, we just got into the Mystery Labyrinth last time. After a 6.5 hour investigation. Also, Halara should be with us.
Where am I?
What should I do? I'll need to explain everything, won't I?
We don't have much of a choice now. No point in keeping secrets here.
Hello?
You know, you could have just had her not join us in the labyrinth. It's like, just because she was frozen, or she wasn't frozen in time due to us using our forte, doesn't mean that we had to drag her into the labyrinth. And that's the explanation of Mystery Labyrinth.
That's how this Mystery Labyrinth involving the Nailman killings materialized.
Yeah.
I see. So mystery labyrinths are materialization of mysteries themselves, and the truth is encased deep within. I appear to have underestimated you. This is an amazing forte.
It's also incredibly dangerous.
I must admit, it's quite a superhuman power. As far as I know, no other ability comes close to this.
What about the one who can literally, like, read someone's inner voice?
Who are you? I refuse to think you're just a trainee detective.
To be honest, this isn't my ability.
Before you continue, tell me, who is that woman beside you?
Shinigami.
Her name is Shinigami. I think the simplest way to describe her is that she's a guide for the Mystery Labyrinth.
She's also a death god.
That's me! I'm also Master Scaracute Mentor.
On to my next question.
You're just gonna ignore me?
You mentioned the Nailman case just now. I had heard the rumors about that around town. Why are you investigating that case?
Huh? What are you talking about? We were just investigating the Nailman case together.
At the request of the kid, did her memories get wiped?
The Nailman. We were pursuing that case together?
You don't remember? There was a young boy who wanted to hire a detective and you turned him down.
I do remember you received a request from a child about some case, and you ended up seeking my help. The cost for hiring me was 5,500,800 yen.
You remember the exact amount.
But I can't remember what the case involved. I do vaguely recall investigating something.
Okay. Hey, Ninjas. How's it going? We're finding out some interesting caveats to the Mystery Labyrinth. So she
My mind is
can't
clouded. I don't remember exactly what was being investigated or what was discovered.
So her, as far as anything related to the case, she just doesn't remember it.
Could that be?
Yeah, it's because of the Mystery Labyrinth. The Mystery Labyrinth is a fortress protecting the truth, so outsiders usually can't reach it.
Well, we just learned that Halara, like, even though we fully investigated the case last time we played this, which was a 6.5-hour investigation, we learned that Halara doesn't actually remember any specific details or involved about the case. She remembers us getting hired by the kid, and yeah, the gist of it. Well, I'll still continue explaining for YouTube. So she remembers us getting hired by the kid and us seeking her help, and even the exact amount that we hired her for, but she doesn't remember any details about the case. Like, she doesn't remember, obviously, the very obvious, like, string abrasions on, like, for example, that one doll that had the eyes gouged out, where it looked like some kind of wire or thread or something had been, like, rubbed against, had, like, rubbed the paint and scraped the paint on it.
If someone did happen to wander in, their memories of the case would be locked away.
Ah.
Though, if you have a pact with me, you wouldn't be affected. But I guess that part of the pact can't be shared.
This is the Mystery Labyrinth's defense mechanism, then.
Interesting.
It makes sense for a vault that protects its treasure, the truth, to have a significant level of security.
Yep, totally not strange at all. Halara here sure is smart.
Halara.
Oh, don't mind her. She gives people random nicknames.
Anyway, since my memories of the case have been taken away, I will provide a supporting role for your investigation.
As you have done this entire time.
Supporting role?
As long as we're in here, I will act as your assistant. Well, that's the same as our original agreement.
That means we can't rely on Halara's detective skills to blast through this dungeon.
Well, yeah, she can't remember anything about the case, so it makes sense.
That's unfortunate, but it's still nice to have an ally.
Hey, Master, before we head into the Mystery Labyrinth, let's do that thing.
Review the case.
Huh? What thing?
Because, like, I kind of remember most of the details about it, but there's still, like...
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
Oh, the...
Yeah, I am.
The keys thing, right. Sounded bad weird. Yeah, that's, this game in a nutshell. Why do we always have to pull the sword out of her mouth? Why can't she just give us the sword?
This world is just full of surprises. I assume that sword is used to cut down enemies interfering with your progress through the Mystery Labyrinth.
Very good observation.
You're right. It's a special sword that can interact with things here.
I better materialize the solution keys I got during the investigation, too. That was a lot. Here you go.
Do you have to vomit them out every time?
What? Should I use a different hole instead?
Sorry, please don't mind her.
I can't... still, I don't know why she can't just, like, snap her fingers and do that.
Alright, we're all set.
Obviously, it's because the devs thought that that would be the funniest way of doing it, but...
Our target is the true culprit who preys on the truth.
Alright, so, my thoughts are that the... Hang on, can I review characters?
I understand that progressing through this...
We have so many. Glossary. I don't think there's anything new in the glossary, actually. Oh, art gallery. Profiles. What I was gonna say is, I think they want you to think that the Worshipper is the one that did it, but I think it may have actually been... I think the Nailman may actually be this person, the nun. The reason being, first off, you can see the cast on her arm, and we know that the Nailman fell from the top of the church, the third floor of the church. And even though she says she hurt her arm in... like preparing a drum or whatever, it's very it's very, very easy to believe that, you know, she also could have just hurt herself as a result of the fall from the rope. Also, what was I going to say? Also, she would have access to the furnace as well that the rope ladder was found in. And another thing, she's skinny enough to fit through the... She's small enough to fit through the vent that was in the Secret Club, where it says a slender adult, just wide enough for a slender adult to pass through. Obviously, she would have weighed enough to bend the nails, if she was climbing it up. She could have also definitely fit her fingers in this thing here, assuming she didn't have the arm injury. So the only real question, the only thing that's like really like, okay, well, what about this? Well, this doesn't really matter as much because the killer used the string from the outside as like a Rube Goldberg machine, as part of a Rube Goldberg machine to plant the key as well as lock the door. That's my suspicion. Obviously, I could be wrong. This guy is too big to... Is probably too big to have done it. 120 kilograms, 59 kilograms, 65 kilograms, 73 kilograms. And obviously, I think they, and like I said, I think that they want you to think that the Worshipper is the one that did it. This guy, obviously, too big, so that means that it's pretty much 50-50 between these two. And this guy doesn't have any notable injury, but remember, the floor that she fell from was the third floor of the church. I think, anyway. I think it was the third floor. It was, if not the third floor, then like the fourth or fifth floor. So there's no way she landed without getting some kind of injury. That would also explain the rope fragment. the picture of the rope, as you can see, it's only, like, part of the rope ladder itself is missing. Like, one side of it is missing. So if it just ripped, or so if it just, like, ripped while she was on her way down, then that... Does it say what floor the clock tower was on? It does not say what floor the body was found on, but I guess that doesn't really matter. We remember from last time that it was way up there. Also, it does say that these footprints could have been made from loafers, but I didn't take. But actually, I didn't pay enough attention to what type of shoes they were wearing. Less profiles. I don't think it would say that. Yeah, we don't have any kind of information with that.
Mystery Labyrinth will allow us to obtain the truth. But what happens to us if we can't find it?
We die. And by we die, I mean we get a game over screen and I just hit reload from last checkpoint.
We'd be lost, wandering around here forever.
But as long as we reach the truth, it doesn't matter how much time we spend here.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, but there's a time limit for solving the Mystery Labyrinth.
Oh, what?
How is there a time limit?
There's a limit to how long you can stay in here. Stick around too long and your soul will leave your body behind. Your soul will wander until it's eventually absorbed by the Mystery Labyrinth.
We were...
Until you vanish entirely.
We were in here for like 2.5 hours at least the last time we did this. Like IRL, at least like 2.5 hours.
In other words, you die.
I guess the idea is you can't just literally stand there, but...
Why are you laughing? You should have told me this a long time ago!
Now relax, quit whining. A detective is bound to die anyway. Isn't that right, Helora?
It's no different from our usual line of work. A detective's life is always on the line.
See? Listen up, Master. You might learn something.
You're taking this awfully well, Helora.
I feel like as long as we keep moving, there's no way we can, because we can't like sprint or anything. We this run right here is all we got. So I feel like as long as we're doing that or moving, we can't lose.
What's this?
This is time for me to get my neck slit.
They seem to represent the 4 crime scenes. I assume that solving all 4 will allow us to progress.
Oh, I see.
You see? Master, this is your job. So what's first? How about starting with the clock tower, since it was the first one you investigated?
If the numbers are set chronologically, then the clock tower would be the 4th locked room mystery.
So do I guess I'm gonna assume I have to go with the clock tower first.
Are you going to the 4th locked room?
Let me talk to these two, actually. Do number 1.
Let's solve this thing!
Clock tower crime scene is the 4th locked room. Let's hurry, Master. I mean, I can try, but...
First off,
Aren't you going to check the scene with the clock tower first? Let's go once you're ready. Okay, yeah, I don't even think I have the option.
The clock tower crime scene is the 4th locked room. Did you... Ha! Maybe you'll have a better
Yeah, we don't have any option. Like I said.
Are you going to the 4th locked room?
Yes. I hate that this game sasses me for trying something different. Whoa.
This is an exact replica of the clock tower crime scene. Shinigami, you didn't recreate it with your powers, did you?
No, I can only do that when I hit you so hard in the head you almost died. It looks to me like the crime scene materialized in the labyrinth on its own.
That's a lot of dolls. Yes, it's a reused asset.
The fourth locked room is the latest chronologically, correct?
Yes,
that's right. And this is also what got me involved in the Nailman killings.
What are the details of the case? Try to tell me as concisely as possible.
The crime was a locked room murder inside the storage room of a clock tower. In the middle of the room was a woman's corpse covered in countless nails.
Which means that's the corpse.
No, really? I thought it was the doll pinned to the wall behind you.
Yeah, there were also lots of dolls nailed to the walls. It looked just like one of those bizarre crime scenes left behind by that Nailman guy from the urban legend.
Hence the Nailman killings. From the look of it, the door was locked from the inside.
Yeah, it was locked until the body was discovered.
There's only one window, and its shutters were down as well. I see. So the shutters were locked too.
But we've investigated that, and we know that the shutters are designed to close if they're halfway, so the window was only like halfway propped open. That also explains the rain on the water on the floor. If the shutter was like propped open, and then someone took the whatever was propping it open out.
This is the third floor of the clock tower. It's too high up to jump from here.
Okay, third floor. There we go.
So it really is a locked room mystery.
It's not much of a mystery at this point, Halara.
Hey, if this is a locked room, aren't we stuck in here too? Oh no! Master! You're trapped unless you solve this mystery! Otherwise, you'll run out of time and your soul gets snuffed out! You better hurry!
Hey! Huh?
What the? Where did the culprit flee from?
I see. So that's how to make the questions appear.
I'm surprised you're so calm after seeing that.
Spot selection. I mean, they fled from the wind. Wait. Oh, this is bad. They're asking me where I'm gonna assume that means how did they get out?
It has to be here. The culprit must have escaped through the window.
That is bad. That is really bad translation. Where did the culprit flee from? Well, clearly they fled from the body.
And your reasoning?
When I arrived at the scene, the window shutters were closed. It was wet underneath the window, but I could tell it was already starting to dry.
Which means the window was open not too long ago.
It's likely the culprit escaped through the window and closed the shutters on the way out.
Is it possible to close the shutters from the outside?
Yes.
Yes. This style of shutter automatically locks, so if you let go of the shutters at the right height, its momentum pulls it down. And once down, it locks all on its own. In other words, the culprit held up the shutters while moving outside. Once they let go, it automatically locked.
In that case, let's try leaving this locked room in the same way.
Right. Let's try it.
Third floor, guy. Oh, this is the the guy that looks just like the other guy, but is not... Okay, so this is the guy that looks like the hitman that was impersonating the detective. I don't remember their names. But like a Mystery Phantom version. Oh, Seth, there we go.
Been solved.
Is he that peacekeeper?
It's a Mystery Phantom! The people covering up the case in the real world are manifested like that here to stop us!
You think the culprit really escaped from here? This high up?
Sure do. Give me a rope ladder, I'll prove it.
You die. Why don't you give it a try?
You wouldn't die from that high up.
Help!
Hey, don't drag me down with you.
We can't leave a guest behind, Hallara! It would be downright unmannerly! It's so simple.
Burnt remains of a strange rope. What did the culprit use to escape? Press the correct button when you think you have a correct answer to the questions the Mystery Phantom throws at us. The tests are going to keep coming, but be careful. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults.
Yuma, the Mystery Labyrinth is a manifestation of a mystery. So solving it will get us out of this, right?
I think so!
The culprit wouldn't have fallen out of the window like we did. They would need a tool to get up and down.
A tool?
Yes, like the rope ladder that we found the remains of.
Something during the investigation. I was helping you, after all. You must have seen the answer with your own eyes. Try to remember.
Master, concentrate!
What did he use to escape from the high location? Remains of a strange rope! Oh.
No, I can't dodge it!
What? I was... yeah, it was the burnt remains of the strange rope. I just...
Concentrate!
That's entirely on me.
This must be it! That's it!
We found the burnt remains of that rope in the incinerator at the church. The culprit had used that rope to escape through the window.
What traces did the reason the rope leave behind? Oh, what?
No, I can't dodge it! No, I can't dodge it!
Okay, I guess that's not the right one?
No, I can't dodge
Okay, what's happening? I can't do anything. Is it just... do I just have to sit here? Yep, the $2 on the windows.
The nail that was stuck in the doll under the window had some rub marks on it. The culprit must have tied the rope there. That's why those nails had been hammered in below the window.
So what happened is this is basically an on-rails segment, and I didn't know that this was and they didn't tell me at all that this was an on-rails segment. So every other encounter, like the prior encounters we've had to manually dodge, but in this, we just automatically dodge. We don't, in this particular segment, we just automatically dodge. We don't have, we don't have to move the control stick at all, which is really weird and annoying.
It wouldn't be possible to climb down a rope simply hooked onto a window, unless you've had special training for it. There's no way an amateur could manage it. That can't be how things went down.
In that case, it couldn't have been an ordinary rope. It must have been...
What's that? I can't hear you!
What were they originally? They were
Finally, I can dodge it!
I hit the wrong... I didn't... Okay, that was different. They keep changing stuff up.
Would it be possible to climb down a rope simply hooked onto
Okay, it was definitely a rope ladder.
Unless you've had
But I pressed Y and tried to aim my answer up instead of up and right.
Things went down.
But it turns out it's just press Y answer
In that case,
A.
it couldn't have been an ordinary rope. It must have been...
What's that? I can't hear you!
Don't worry, I'm right here with you. In spirit, anyway.
Rope ladder. Yeah, like, this is one of the biggest problems I have, is they keep changing up how the gameplay works, just randomly.
Ow. We're alive, I think.
Yuma, are you okay?
Yeah, thanks. You saved me, Halara.
Correct. It's all thanks to me. Money well spent, no?
Well, it was a lot of money.
Come on! Are you two just gonna keep staring at each other all day? Let's get out of this locked room!
Right.
So this is the rope ladder in question. It certainly would help you escape.
Kiss already. I thought that's where she was
The
going with
details of
that,
the
honestly.
case are still unclear to me. Was this found in the church's incinerator?
Then again, Shinigami is like super jealous of anyone spending time with Yuma, so...
That's right. It didn't concern me at the time, but it makes sense now. The rope can be folded in the middle, and then the ends can be connected together. And that's how they made a rope ladder.
What makes you so sure it was used here?
The nail under the window showed signs of friction from a rope, and had some yellow fibers on it. A clergy member showed me the rope's burnt remains, and I noticed it was the same yellow color. And there were footprints on the ground below the window of the clock tower, facing the wall. Thinking about it now, these were clearly signs that someone climbed down the rope ladder and landed there.
But the rope ladder itself would have had to broken.
Wait, wasn't the rope ladder hitched on that nail? How did they get it down from the bottom?
The culprit could have cut it one rung at a time as they descended. By the time they reached the bottom, it would have been one long single rope, which they could easily pull down.
The window's shutters fell due to its weight and locked automatically, completing the locked room.
Yep, that's a stellar deduction. Major props. To me for training you!
Round 2, huh?
The culprit used that rope ladder to escape the clock tower. What of it?
Back!
That doesn't change our verdict at all. The watchmaker is the culprit.
The watchmaker doesn't wear the right type of shoes
Master,
to leave those
we'll kill the
footprints.
mystery phantom blocking your path!
Yeah!
Are we now in a reasoning deathmatch, or are we on another on-rails segment that's not going to tell me that it's an on-rails segment? Game? Okay, we're at the reasoning deathmatch now. Now we can. Now we have to manually dodge.
These deductions of yours are unnecessary. It's clear who the culprit is. The watchmaker was nearby at the time.
Fear of heights. Door key. I'm gonna get. I think the fear of heights is what we need.
But the crime? The watchmaker was also at the sea.
Oops, hold on. Oh, jeez.
And he had a hammer for the nails. In other words, he committed the crime. After committing the crime, just as you deduced, he created that lock.
Aye!
And escape
Well, maybe that
via
was
the
it.
rope ladder.
There we go. I got lucky there, actually. I was gonna hit the wrong one.
The watchmaker is afraid of heights. He couldn't even look out the windows as he went up the tower. No way he climbed a rope ladder that high up. So it's impossible for him to have committed the crime. He's not the nail man.
Damn you!
You said these mystery phantoms try to cover up the case, right? Which means the Peacekeeper Seth is trying to do just that.
I don't know why, but it's clear the Peacekeepers are involved with this case.
Perhaps it is connected to Kanai Ward's ultimate secret. All the more reason to seize the truth. Let's go.
Right.
So she does remember
Jeez,
that.
who's
Interesting.
the protagonist here?
By the way, Yuma, about your sword. Does it only work on cues and mystery phantoms?
The solution blade works against anything in the Mystery Labyrinth. So don't cut your allies by mistake, Master.
You could have told me that sooner.
Can I use that sword?
Ooh, so sorry. Only Master is able to use it because he made a pact with yours truly. You may be under the effects of coalescence, but you're just an extra here, Hellara. So, nope, you can't use the solution blade.
I was merely curious. Regardless, it's best I act as support, since I don't have any memories of what happened. Let's return to the case. Assuming the watchmaker isn't the culprit, do you have any notion of who is?
I do. Halara, during the investigation, you claimed one of the people at the church is the culprit. I think I understand the reason why now. That rope was found inside the incinerator, which only clergy members could access.
Yep.
In other words, whoever tried to destroy the evidence is a member of the church. Prompt and logical. I am quite impressive.
Wait, you're tooting your own horn?
Okay. What's this about?
I see.
You saw mysteries like this to progress your way through the labyrinth.
Wow!
Get on quick, Halara. I'm only now getting the hang of things. It may look peculiar at first, but the structure is exceedingly logical. It's easy to understand. It's amazing, Halara.
You know,
I wonder what lies ahead.
Well?
There's always a chest at the end of a labyrinth. I'm sure you'll find some treasure. I'd rather get information about the case than treasure.
Hey! A treasure chest! Can I open it? Check it out! A new solution key!
Persons with access to incinerator. Okay, so that...
we're back to the original spot.
So, we cleared the first route. We just need to keep this up and go through each shrine one by one to gather clues about the culprit. Which supposedly leads to solving the real-life case. I'm starting to understand how the Mystery Labyrinth operates.
So I love the multicolored
Unlike
blood
a
on the
certain
thing
master I know.
there.
If you're so impressed, why don't you just sign a pact with Halara?
Oh, are you sulking? You're You're the jealous kind, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
We're short on time.
Denial.
Let's move on.
Right.
Yeah, she did say
Can't
there's a
wait
time
to
limit,
meet the
even though we
culprit's soul.
haven't actually seen
What do we
any
do
time
next?
limit.
You can choose whichever you want, so why not start with the one you're most confident with?
Let's see.
Hey,
You decide which to solve first, I'll follow your lead.
Not bad at all.
So what you do want to solve next? Guess we'll go with... Hold on, which was the first one? That was the... Okay, that was the bar. I think it was bar, then mansion, then art gallery. Guess we'll start with the bar first.
The first locked room happened 6 months ago in a secret club in Kamasaki district. An old geezer was nailed to the wall in an underground casino. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the first locked room?
Yep. We'll just do the others in chronological order, I guess. That's how we did it in the case, so it kind of made sense to do it that way.
Oh, did we get trapped inside a locked room again?
That's gonna happen every single time, Shinigami.
But if the mystery isn't solved, then I won't escape this place. Trapped in a cramped room with these two. Sounds kind of fun, actually.
I have no intention of playing along with your fantasies. Yuma, hurry up and take care of this.
Yeah, okay.
Where did the culprit escape to?
This is where I used Halara's forte with my coalescence for the first time. Post-cognition allowed us to see the crime scene as it was in the past. Some things were obviously different. Those are most suspicious.
Spot selection. Fled to the vent.
Here. I know. What about the vent?
You believe the culprit escaped through the vent?
Yes, I'm sure of it. When I saw the crime scene with your post-cognition, the screws on the four corners of the vent cover were removed. Which means the culprit must have escaped from there.
I will say,
How ludicrous.
isn't this counterintuitive to have a mystery phantom in the way of the correct answer? Because just by a mystery phantom appearing, we know that we're correct.
Vent? That's impossible.
Master, poke him full of holes until he's a makeshift golf course.
What does that mean?
I think that means we're about to become the Nailman. Why is his hair so big? The devs wanted him to have big hair. Door key, nails bent. Okay, it's the bent nails.
How ludicrous.
Actually,
They used the vent. That's utterly impossible.
I wanna...
Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up?
Oh, what
There's no way you could get there. Even if the cover was removed. There's no foothold to use to reach
Oh, this is it.
it.
I'll slash through this mystery. Some of the nails stuck in the bottom of the vent were bent downward. The culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footing to reach the vent. The weight caused the nails to bend.
So you're forced to fight this way every time. Quite the test of endurance.
Yeah, no kidding.
However, solving the mystery itself was simple. The nails were used as footing to escape through the vent. Did you find that out using my post-cognition?
Yes.
Yeah. Without your help, this case would have been impossible to solve.
You'll never be considered a full-fledged detective until you can handle a case like this on your own.
Well, excuse me for not having your superpower, Halara.
Sorry.
You got lectured again. Sucks to be a rookie, huh? Anyway, let's head out. I'll use the nails on the wall as footing, just like you deduced.
Right, let's hurry.
The Mystery Labyrinth. Such a bizarre place. I must ask, is there no way to escape besides solving the mysteries?
You mean like an emergency exit? Unfortunately, I don't think that exists.
An emergency exit, huh? Well, there is one, kinda.
There is?
But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from. Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price.
And that is?
Another couple years off my life.
Don't worry about it. Using it here wouldn't help anyway. So, never mind. Just concentrate on solving the mystery.
Got it.
This is fun. I think so too. I love mystery games like this. That's like before this solution key here. It will reveal the perpetrator of the crime at the secret club. Once you obtain it, you should check it thoroughly.
That's...
There's a solution key here like before. Should be able to look at the key it is. Can't wait. It's probably just bent nails.
There it is! Another treasure!
I doubt this is just gonna outright tell me this is the person that did it, even though we're pretty sure. Even though I'm pretty sure I know who did it.
How about, whoever looks like they'd win a character popularity poll?
Who says again?
That's me!
I really enjoyed Phoenix Wright, the Phoenix Wright games.
Alright!
I
Another
did
solution
the
key!
first one as like a YouTube playthrough, and I wanted to do I want to do the rest of them as well if I ever get enough time to do so. Once someone with a slender build could have used the nails for footing or escaped from the vent.
Looks like another clue leading us toward the culprit.
Someone then.
Considering the culprit used those nails as footing, they would have to be nimble. And given the size of the vent, only someone thin could fit through it.
So the culprit must be thin. We're narrowing down the possibilities quite nicely.
Keep it up, Master! This is all thanks to my training.
Yeah, we're now immediately just down to the 50-50 that we were at before, where it's priest or nun.
Alright, let's keep going
And like I said,
remaining locked rooms.
and like I said, I think it's the nun. Obviously, could be wrong, but that's why we're at this point. Turns out it was just Seth the entire time. But yeah, I think it was the nun, because she has the least weight. He's automatically excluded. The worshipper is automatically excluded because he doesn't have access to the incinerator. The servant, he weighs too much, or he's too big to fit through the vent, and probably weighs too much for the nails. I imagine even the priest himself is probably weighs too much. was gonna say, it doesn't say anything about these guys, about how athletic these guys are. Alright, this is gonna be one of the more difficult ones because we didn't find like a wire or anything as part of our solution keys, I don't think. I guess it's possible they used the same rope as before, ladder as before for all of them?
The second locked room mystery occurred 3 months ago in that mansion. The corpse was inside the study, and the room's key was found underneath the corpse. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the second locked room?
Yeah, I think this is going to be the most complicated one. Because the last one is very easy, that they just locked it from the outside using the window. Oh, interesting. Shinigami can change form depending on how she feels.
There are dolls nailed across the room. The victim is nailed down in the same manner. And the culprit was also missing from this room? It shares common traits with the other nailman killings.
And we're trapped again. Looks like you gotta solve the mystery of this locked room, or we're not leaving.
I'll try. The door was locked when the corpse was found, and the only key was underneath the body. There are no windows that could have been used to escape, and the vent is too small to fit through. So how did the culprit escape from here?
They simply went through... They simply went... I need to see if this is two... Okay, I think this is two separate things. I'm gonna say they went through here.
This has to be the spot.
Okay, yeah, we were
To
right.
leave the room, the culprit had to have taken this door to the hallway.
Huh? There's nothing special about that.
But there's no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit.
But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right? After locking it from outside in the hallway, how did the culprit enter the room and put the key under the corpse?
Try it. Everything must be verified.
Sure.
Mystery Phantom?
After committing the crime, the culprit went out to the hallway with the key in hand. They then locked the door. Assuming that's the only way to create this locked room, the problem is...
What are you going to do with that key in your hand, Master? Don't tell me you still have no idea.
I do have an idea.
Hold on, let me think this over. We should go back inside for now. Huh?
Looks like we're locked out.
This is bad, Master! You better hurry or you'll fall into the abyss!
What do I do?
Calm down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that will open the path. You can do it, can't you?
Yes.
Yes, I'll try.
We have to put the key back in the locked room, right? In that case...
Because, thrown in.
That's right. The key could be slid through the gap in the vent cover above the door. And if they managed to throw the key right under the corpse from here... It stopped.
but nothing happened. The door is still closed.
If it was wrong, a trap would have activated. So we're on the right track about the key being thrown in.
But there's more to it than that. If you simply threw it in, it'd be impossible to position it under the corpse. I see. So this is the vital clue for this locked room. I'm beginning to understand what happened here.
The blood stains. The body was moved, or was moved from its original location somehow.
Have you already solved the trick to this locked room?
You haven't?
Hey, quit playing hard to get and tell us. Or just me. You can whisper it in my ear.
If you want information from me, you'll have to pay a fitting price in Xian. Of course, I don't work for cheap.
You really are a devil. Trying to take money from a death god, huh?
The key was definitely tossed inside.
Halora has no reaction to that.
How it got under the corpse.
This is the first time Halora is learning that Shinigami's a death god, so...
How did the culprit pull off that trick after tossing the key in? Maybe the corpse was moved? That would explain how it was on top of the key. But how do you move a body from outside a locked room?
Aww, the way's completely blocked off.
But the only things here that can block our progress are mysteries, right?
That's true. So, we just need to solve the mystery.
At least give me a heads up first.
It says, how was the corpse moved?
I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but...
Evidence was left at the scene.
Huh?
Yeah.
If you look at the evidence, you'll understand what tool the culprit used to pull this off.
A wire or a rope of some...
That's all the
wire.
I'll provide. You must figure out the rest yourself if you wish to be a true detective.
Got it.
Got it? You just want the mystery solved for you, huh? I can tell, because I'm your mentor. So, I'll help you out. Are you ready? You better be.
Huh? Ready for what?
Oh, we're going back to the crime scene,
Lay it
right?
all out, master.
Oh! Nope, we're doing this thing. Okay. Well, this should be a lot easier now that we have a bunch of perks that cut the incorrect letters down.
Are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle?
Oh, it's string. What? Wait, what? Oh, it's S to throw the blade. Dang it. S T R
That's right.
I
That's right.
N
That's right.
G G.
Nice.
The culprit used it. More than likely, it was a wire, not a string, which is, I guess, an acceptable mistranslation. Because a string wouldn't be taut, or wouldn't be strong enough to, a string wouldn't be strong enough to do all that.
That's right. There was evidence of a thin string being used at the scene of the crime. A sturdy and thin string like a fishing line must have been used to move the body.
Or just a wire. Like a metal wire.
You really think a tiny string could move a whole corpse?
There he is again. That rude and gloomy guy.
Again, your very presence means that I'm right.
That deduction is wrong. You're wrong.
What could be wrong about it? Master sounded really confident just now.
Listen. The nails in that corpse's leg pierced through his body and into the floor.
But the upper body didn't have nails all the way through.
Which means the corpse was fixed in place. So how could the corpse be moved?
Oh, true. If the corpse was stuck in place, it'd be impossible to move it.
Indeed. It would be impossible.
Laura, you think so too? So I was wrong the whole time?
No, we're right. But the mystery presence, or the mystery phantom's very presence, means that we're right.
Huh? The door!
The truth is slipping further away!
Of course it is. Because your deduction is wrong. You people will never reach the truth. This is the end.
Master, let's take him down first!
Yeah.
Alright, so are we doing the another on rails thing? Or do I have to actually dodge? I don't know. Okay, it is a reasoning deathmatch. Okay, it could be either one of these. I'll have to look and see. I'm gonna assume that it's probably the bloodstains on the corpse.
Deduction is wrong. Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place.
Ah, shoot.
It didn't move a millimeter. In fact,
What?
that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
There we go, the bloodstains.
No, there was evidence the body had been moved. The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently. The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline. But blood from the upper body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, toward his hips. If the corpse was motionless on its back, there wouldn't be such unusual bloodstains. In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when it was discovered.
I got lucky again there, because I was trying to slash the wrong one first.
What? What's this?
Ah, gross!
He's fighting back harder.
Hurry and get through that door!
Unusual circumstances. It doesn't matter. As long as the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't be moved. You can't change the truth.
Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all?
No,
You're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is the truth.
Laura!
There's no doubt a fine string was used in this case. Evidence at the crime scene indicate the corpse was moved. So all that remains is to answer, how was the pin body moved? That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this.
The bloodstain? If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned...
Master, we gotta chase after the door! It's getting further away!
No, it's not. It fits in it's at a fit spot.
Hey, wait!
I won't let you!
It was upper body sitting up.
That's right! The corpse was sitting up at first. That's why only the wounds in the upper half of the body bled straight down.
was used to set the body upright. The string? Yeah, because the doll.
The string I mentioned before was thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place. That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it.
Suppose I unexpected the time. Why was it? The string was cut? Nope, retrieved, I guess.
The culprit then retrieved all the string that kept the corpse in place from outside the door. And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor, just like how it was discovered.
It appears this locked room mystery will finally be solved.
Huh? When did that happen?
Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this.
Right.
Recreate the locked room.
You gotta think like the culprit, Master.
Think about how the culprit created the locked room and follow the same steps to complete the room.
Blood place is suspicious.
Items following the sequence of events. Some of the items weren't used in the crime, so be careful.
You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery.
You gotta recreate the culprit's process to create a locked room mystery. So he would have tied it here?
Maybe you got the order wrong. Stay calm. First, you need to tie the fishing line down. Find a sturdy spot where it can be easy.
Okay. Oh, that damaged us? Jeez, that's annoying.
First, a knot was tied through a slit in the vent.
I didn't think we had to do this in chronological order, but I
After
guess we
that,
learned.
The fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, it'd probably be easier to start with things that are fixed in place.
Alright. I don't think it would have been here.
That's it! It passed through a doll's eye. And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else.
Passing through the eye. Maybe it was the desk light.
Oh? So the marks on that doll's eye were made from the line passing through it.
I don't think the desk light might be. I don't think it's the desk lamp, so we're probably gonna take damage here.
So what else?
Oh, it says out of 5, but we've only found 1, 2.
No, there's no need for the line to go there. You proved that yourself already.
Okay, yeah. And again, we take damage. That's annoying because it says out of 5 there, so I don't know.
There's no need for the line to go. You proved that yourself already. The line is what propped the upper...
Oh, the line propped the upper part of the body up. Ew. Yeah, that's just me being silly.
Right.
So I guess it just...
The line was then passed around a certain point on the corpse. That was...
under the neck.
here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's clear that the line passed through the vent, the doll's eye, and ended beneath the neck.
Hang on. Why pull the line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body?
To support the body's weight, the line needs to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place. Next, the fishing line.
There are 3 points with signs of wear from the line. That should tell you what happened next. Think it over one more time.
Oh, jeez. Nets would have passed... Can I go into here? Or does it just go back out here?
Now, to return the line to the vent. This kept the corpse's upper torso in place. The room has been completely prepared. So next... The culprit exited through the door and locked it with the key. And then...
The key was thrown in from the vent gap.
The key was thrown through the gap in the vent.
I don't know why it's asking us that. We already figured that out earlier.
If the culprit managed to drop the key next to the corpse, the only thing left was to untie the line. Then... the corpse, which was supported only by the line, would fall face up on top of the key. That's how the culprit created the locked room.
Hooray! You did it! That's my master!
Locked room complete. Alright. I think that was probably the most difficult one.
The bloodstains were strange. The length of the nails driven into the upper and lower body were different.
I don't know about that.
The nails on the upper half didn't penetrate all the way through the body. But the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor. That was how the lower half could be secured, while the upper half could still be moved around.
Because the other
Sure
one...
was tricky, but you managed to solve the mystery behind it.
The previous case, Labyrinth, went on for a lot longer than I thought it would. The master said it was quite an elaborate locked room. Yeah, but what we know so far isn't enough to pinpoint who the culprit is. 3 of the 4 done. Yeah. Calm down, we're only partway through the labyrinth. You have to solve everything with the last second, it's still solved.
Hey!
Now where's that solution key? Master, come on down and solve the mansion locked room. Next to win big Halara. Saving the day, it's a new me. What are you even imitating? River, so you can distance on scythe is the scythe is right. Alright, moving on. I don't know what else there is in this either.
Looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest.
There was like a final defense at the very least.
Speaking of,
On the first one,
that whoever worked
along with
hardest
just a second
should get to
mystery
open it.
phantom entirely.
Which is me, of course.
Fishing line, locked room.
This is probably another clue leading to the culprit. I'm not sure how we use it. Still, it must be used for something. Hold on to it for now. Let's solve the rest.
Right.
I want to look at my abilities. Do I have? I don't have any SP. I want to get more stamina because we are like we're getting kind of low. Are we taking the stretch out? Have fun, inches. Well, as much as you can with that.
Not bad at all.
So, let's do one to solve. I mean, there's only one left to solve.
The third locked room was a murder that happened 1 month ago in the art gallery storage in Ginma district. Pictures and paint were scattered all around the spot where a woman was boom killed. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the third locked room?
Yes, we're going to the third locked room. It's the only one left. You get driver for it, Wheeler. Nice.
Did we get stuck inside a locked room again?
Gee, it's almost like this is the 4th time this has happened in the case about locked rooms.
This was the corpse that was discovered by that worshipper and the art gallery employee. At the time of discovery, the door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room. Aside from the door, the only other entrance is the window, but it opens just enough to fit a finger in. The frame itself is too small for even a child to squeeze through. How did the culprit vanish from here?
Word. How did the culprit exit the room, basically? Well, they would have had to have used this door.
Here. I think the culprit could have only escaped from here, but...
Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master.
No, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to squeeze through that window. They could have only gotten out through the door. I'm sure the culprit had the key and locked the door from the outside after committing the crime.
The culprit just used a copy of the key? Would that really be considered a locked room mystery?
Well, there are only 2 keys to the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate.
Aside from that, there are 2 keys already.
I learned that thanks to you, Halara.
One of the keys is always carried by that one employee. It was used when the body was first discovered, right? And the only other key was nailed through a doll onto a painting. So, it is a locked room mystery! Right? Oh, that's totally it.
I see. I suppose you could call it that. Hey, Yuma, can you go check outside of that window?
Oh, just like before.
Before?
Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place.
I see. Then the answer has already been confirmed. Very well. This locked room is solved.
Huh? Wait, did you already solve this mystery?
They used string to plant the key.
You haven't? How about you go and check outside the window? Then even you will see.
Oh, it unlocked. Looks like you can go outside.
Alright, let's go see.
Yeah, except for I'm sure something weird is going to happen.
Come on.
Or you're gonna find outside the window if Halara knows the answer. Why not just tell us? I'm supposed to be the one solving the mysteries. Besides, getting the answers from Halara will cost a lot of money. 0 money, 0 pride, 0 memory. Poor Triple O Master. Come on.
Beats me.
You go check the outside the window. Even you should be able to figure out the truth.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, I got it. No need to worry, just believe in yourself. Okay, it's just cutting to this point.
Hey, didn't you already check this in the real world? Why do it again?
Lara told me to check it twice. There must be an important clue outside that window.
Hey! Maybe the culprit threw the key in through the window. That way, the key would be found inside. Well, how about that theory?
Nope.
Is this the storage key?
Which means...
This is the culprit. What happened to the key?
This one's a freebie! I was right! Just toss it in there, Master!
The culprit threw the key inside?
No.
Is that really the right answer? Did the culprit throw the key in from the window?
Master! Hurry up and throw the key! Your footing's crumbling away! You're gonna fall!
He can't throw. He couldn't have thrown it in.
That's the right answer?
How? Didn't the culprit throw the key in there? That's why the key was found inside, right?
No, it had to be planted very precisely. They couldn't. There's no possible way of doing that if you just threw the key in.
The crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in. The key was nailed to a painting. That's not possible if you just throw it into the room.
Oh, right. But if the culprit didn't throw it in there, how is the key left in the room?
If you can't nail the key after throwing it...
You're back. The key vanished.
The key is in my hand.
We have to recreate the time screen
You got the
again.
doll and nail!
I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Try it out. Doing so will create a new path.
Yeah, I'm gonna solve this.
Good luck, Master!
Recreate the room. So, problem, I don't remember which painting the key
You have
was
to
nailed
recreate the
to.
culprit's locked room mystery. First, do something about that doll.
Use everything you know and read. All that's left is to follow.
Well, we have to do something with the doll. I assume it was nailed to this painting, because it just said it was nailed to a
take
painting.
The painting.
Nail the doll to the painting.
The culprit nailed the doll onto the painting. Next, both were stood up at a certain location.
I guess it would have had to have been right here, huh?
The painting was stood up facing the window. Now the part with the pierced doll is right next to the window. After that... Then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room.
Then they placed the
I can see
key.
the painting and doll through the window, but I can barely fit my hand through the gap.
The doll's got a nail in it, but the problem is that key in your hand, Master.
Yeah, the culprit took the key and then...
Hung it on the nail stuck in the doll.
No. Think about the state the corpse was in at the time of discovery. The key wasn't just hanging on it. What's the next step?
Oh, thrown in through the window?
Ah! The key was thrown in, and the painting was knocked over along with the nail, which pierced the key as it fell. Yeah, a monkey with a typewriter has a higher chance of writing a literary masterpiece than that happening.
Okay, I guess I was... She nailed it to the painting with the doll.
The culprit nailed the key to the painting, along with the doll from outside the window.
That doesn't make sense, though. We can't get our hands through the window.
Finally...
It's not the painting.
Push the painting into the room. It completes the locked room mystery. This is how the culprit did it.
Locked room completed.
It took some time, but you've reached the truth behind this locked room.
Throwing the key through the window would be obvious. So to mislead us into thinking that was impossible, the key was nailed to a painting which was then pushed over.
It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this.
Seriously, only amateurs would get fooled by... Wait, you mean me?
I mean, I did think that that was the second... I did think that is like the second guess. That, again, that doesn't make physical sense though, because how did we nail the key to the doll when we can't get our hands through the window?
What is it?
You don't look very happy.
Oh!
I was just thinking about the locked room, the art gallery storage. I don't think anybody could have recreated that. You think anybody can make a locked room mystery of the culprit, the nailman, anyone? Great.
Well?
On the locked room bench. Here, the treasure will be worth the effort. Maybe we'll get the 10 solution keys. Can't wait.
Hey, a treasure chest! Who's gonna open this one? We should let the meanest one of us open it.
Hello, you're
How
up.
would you decide that?
Like this. I'm the meanest. Let's check out this treasure. Huh?
What's wrong?
It's empty.
Huh? Why? After all we went through to solve this locked room.
This must mean solving the third locked room mystery doesn't necessarily bring us any closer to the ultimate truth.
Which
That's
in and of
terrible.
itself is a...
I suddenly feel so tired.
We can't call it quits. We gotta keep going.
Yeah, otherwise our souls will apparently disappear. That in and of itself seems like a solution, though.
That's it for all the locked rooms. We make a pretty good team. Don't you think so?
Well, what do we do from here? I see. The way forward is clear. It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries. Now let's go.
Right.
Again, I gotta ask. Who's supposed to be the protagonist here?
I see. The way forward is clear. It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries. Now let's go.
That's it for all the locked rooms. We make a pretty good team.
Okay, I was the sentence.
I
The
see.
sentence.
The way forward. Now let's go.
I accidentally spoke to Halara while she was off screen. Oh.
This place is creepy.
Don't be afraid to roll the dice. you must keep pursuing the truth. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect abduction. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Alright, we are... Oh, is this just telling me choose the culprit?
Is this some dungeon?
What is the meaning of this? Let me out of here!
Let me out! I'll kill your ass in the name of God!
I have nothing to do with the case.
I'm not the culprit! Let me go!
Wow, they're all here.
So now we must pick out the true culprit of this case.
The true culprit.
Yuma, you solved all the locked room mysteries before you made it here. You should have all the clues and evidence you need to accuse the culprit. To be honest, when I first met you, I thought you were rather pitiful.
You sure are honest.
But my opinion of you has improved. These mysteries have brought you closer to becoming a true detective. Now tie up all the loose ends and prove that I am not mistaken about you. With your logic, anything is possible.
All right, I'll try.
Ooh, somebody's guilty.
Who's the culprit? Figure it out and him with a dramatic finger point. Make the right choice and you'll reveal a new truth.
I'm not the nail man!
This is either right or wrong. Okay, it's not the nun.
Don't make me kill your ass!
Considering all the evidence gathered so far, only one person can be the nail man.
I'm not the nail man!
Okay, it's gotta be the priest
I'm not the
then.
culprit.
He's the only other...
The culprit is you, Father.
What? That's an absolutely...
Ridiculous thing to say.
I agree.
Him again? Why won't he just give up?
You're saying the priest, a man of the cloth, is the culprit? That's impossible. How dare you spew such nonsense?
Right! Do not make baseless accusations.
However, with that said, the presence of the Mystery Phantom just means that we're right.
The culprit has to be someone else.
Yuma, can I leave this to you?
It's not a baseless accusation. You're the only one who could possibly be the culprit.
Master, you're acting like a real detective. Go on and boom kill him.
I'm waiting on the game to load. Persons with access to the incinerator. I think that's what we need.
I'm a man of the cloth. It's total bless. I'm not the nail. That's it. The first one to discover the body. The nail man is the worshiper.
This is the truth!
The rope ladder used in the clock tower's locked room was found in the incinerator, which only clergy can access. The worshipper may be a regular churchgoer, but he's no clergy member.
That said, the nun still very well could be
So he's
it.
no longer a suspect.
Shut up! Shut up! Ridiculous! A member of the church is the...
I think this is gonna be the thin person.
culprit? Even so, I am not the culprit. There are others working for the church. Yes, there's the servant. The servant must be the nailman. The servant was able to commit the crimes.
Now slash through this mystery.
Yep, thin person.
Climbing up to the underground casino's window with only nails for footing would require considerable agility. Judging by the size of the window, there's no way someone of his size could have committed the crime.
No, no! Absolute lies! The nun must be the culprit.
China, but not publicized. Oh, full use of their arms could have fashioned this, but that doesn't mean anything, because this was so long ago. I guess it's probably this one?
She's thin and also works at the church. The nun was absolutely able to commit the crimes.
This is the truth!
Again, that doesn't mean anything, because she could have injured herself on the last scene.
Room. The culprit tossed the key behind the corpse with perfect aim. With her dominant hand injured, the nun couldn't have done that, which means she's not the culprit. It's not the churchgoer, the servant, or the nun. There's only one option left. Father, it's you. You are the nail man.
Hey, say something quick. Otherwise, they'll pin me as the culprit.
Well...
Again, it doesn't matter. The nun hurt herself, but we don't know how long ago the injury was happened.
You're useless. I am a priest in service to God. I am not the nail man.
What god would make you this ugly?
All your proof is nothing but fantasy. You don't have a single piece of hard evidence.
Hard evidence?
But Master, you do! It's easy.
Based on the facts, the priest must be the culprit. The decisive evidence that proves it is... I don't know. What do I do? What do I do?
I genuinely don't know either.
A detective must always prioritize solving a case. Listen, a detective isn't an arbiter of justice. Unraveling a case is top priority, even with questionable methods.
What do you mean?
In short, you must get them to confess. Use everything in your arsenal, even if it requires bluffing.
Use everything?
Don't hesitate to use anything that might give you an advantage. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Always remember that.
A bluff? In other words, I should just claim I have solid evidence. But what could I use as a bluff?
I guess we're about to find out. I hope I don't have to shoot through like 30 keys. Only if I dress use nothing further can be determined. Maybe it's these?
Everything
What the? I definitely dodged that.
There's nothing but a fantasy. Do you have any proof that I'm culprit? Did you find my fingerprints?
Nope, not that one. Okay. So fingerprints. What about the footprints? We don't know, but maybe use them. Okay, yeah.
Enough with your stupid fantasies.
So I got the right thing. I just
Everything you said. There's nothing but a fantasy. Do you have any proof that I'm the culprit? Did you find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood? Of course there's no evidence.
there we go.
The truth.
You left clear evidence at the clock tower's crime scene. There were footprints left under the window in the mud. When we inspected them, we found out they perfectly match your footprints.
Impossible. I already burned those shoes in the incinerator.
And that is a confession.
Yourself away.
I swear, I only enacted justice in the name of God.
Looks like it worked. Good job, Yuma.
This isn't over yet.
Kanai Ward is rotten to the core. To save it, someone had to get their hands dirty. Those slain were the evil incarnate that harmed us. That's why the people asked the nailmen to kill them. Evil must be punished. And so, I strangled them, made them suffer. All I did was slay evil.
If someone hates somebody bad enough, they give that name to the Nailman. And this priest went around killing those people as the Nailman.
The urban legend offered targets for murder.
A priest is supposed to be the voice of God, but he went around killing people because someone wanted them dead. What is awesome?
It's terrible. It's insane to think that he'd kill people for a reason like that.
That could be said about all murders. Insane people kill for insane reasons. Anyway, you did it, Yuma. My expectations of you weren't wrong after all.
Is it finally over? Huh, nothing's happening. But last time
we had to choose to destroy the door and
Yeah, the soul of the true culprit who created this mystery labyrinth should appear. And since it didn't, it looks like this isn't over yet.
Yep.
Huh? It's not over?
There are still mysteries related to the Nailman killings within this mystery labyrinth.
But we solved all of the locked rooms and discovered the true identity of the Nailman.
No, we didn't.
Was I wrong? But the priest even confessed to it.
Calm down, Yuma. There's no need to panic. If the Nailman's identity is exposed and all mysteries are yet to be solved, then most likely someone else's agenda is involved in this string of killings.
Someone else's agenda?
Yeah, the Amaterasu.
Meaning the Nailman didn't work alone.
You mean there's another culprit? But...
Yuma, if you consider yourself to be a detective, you must see the truth through to the very end. No mystery concludes with a dead end. There is nothing we detectives cannot solve.
All right.
We have to review these killings from a different perspective. Out of the 4 locked rooms, if any of them were hiding a mysterious secret, it would be the room that's obviously different from the others.
Different?
Master, I get the feeling you want my help. Isn't that right? That's what you want, right?
Huh?
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you when you're so helpless like that. Okay, Master, lay it all out.
There's still more to be solved. Don't use that now.
Good luck!
Oh, I recognize this your ability. Use one of these days. Alright, so which one is different? This was obviously the priest. There's only one master key. It cannot be duplicated. It was inside a glass on the counter. The vent in the secret club. Because the 4 screws were missing, but they couldn't have been placed. But how did they get placed back?
No, that has nothing to do with the matter at hand.
What?
Yeah, got it.
What? Okay, I guess we can just process of elimination this? Or maybe we're just not taking, like, damage because it's like... Because they thought, oh, well... Oh, you know what? The one that scratches here... Scratches there. The art gallery did not have scratches though, right? Yep, blunt force trauma to the back of the head. The victim was killed in a different manner. I swear, if I had to spell modus operandi...
Let's work together as a team!
Because of the victims...
Go, go, go!
D... E... A... T... Okay, I can't, like, time these. I was about to say, if I had to spell modus operandi in this, good grief.
A new path's opened up. It seems to be a hidden passage. If so, then the truth should be somewhere down there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. And the loading.
I see. So the cause of death for the victim at the art gallery storage is the only one that's different.
Right. The victims in the other locked rooms were all strangled to death. All had strangulation marks and scratches, defensive wounds. The victim in the third locked room had strangulation marks, but no signs of resistance. There's also evidence of blunt trauma to the head, which can be considered the fatal blow.
The marks could have been made after the victim died, so as to appear as if strangulation was the cause of death. The real cause of death is blunt force trauma.
Alright, well, we are 2 hours into this labyrinth. And this is gonna be the hard one. Well, the hard part.
Here's another obstacle, but it's likely to be an insignificant one.
I see 3 doors, 4 skeletons in different poses.
Yuma, let's solve this mystery and move on.
Right.
What was the cause of... Copycat.
Right here! The strangulation was faked, to imply this crime had the same perpetrator as the other 3 incidents. By making the crime scene as similar as possible, it appeared that the mailman was responsible for an unrelated murder. Which means this was a copycat crime.
I agree.
Oh, what? Oh, this one must have been... Paint on the floor. Why is the kid there?
Mailman killings. There could be some that were done by copycat criminals.
That has to be why the mystery labyrinth still remains, even after discovering the mailman's identity. So who is the copycat criminal?
Indeed. We need to uncover this imposter's identity.
All right.
Who's the copycat killer? Alright,
You're
none.
accusing me of being the copycat criminal?
I told you already. I have nothing to do with this.
Objection!
You are the copycat criminal.
Huh? Me? What are you talking about? I told you all about the Nailman, and even cooperated with your investigation!
Exactly, you're the only one with thorough enough knowledge to have created a copycat, to be a copycat.
And now you think I'm a murderer? Are you fucking kidding me? This is crazy. Your investigation isn't worth shit! I'll crush you to dust! You filth! Why accuse me?
No one's from resistance, silent blunt force trauma. Information was obtained from the words we knew about past mailman murders. Stream hearts on non-public information.
Me of being the culprit. I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal?
Ah, jeez.
It could have all been the Nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Okay, yeah, it's this one. What?
I knew it.
Change the cause of death is no coincidence, it was because it was done by copycat. According to the solution key, the cause of death research wasn't made public. We tried to cover up the death of the girl. Why would they do that?
In that case,
Because they'd seen the bodies and only one of the suspects could have done that.
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the Nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Let's see
Even
what
if there
else
was
there
a copycat
is.
criminal. Why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat. Anyone could have done it.
There we go. Oh, that wasn't it. No, let me try.
Why accuse
Maybe
me
it
of
is
being the
non-public
culprit?
information then.
I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal?
What the? I definitely pressed down.
The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? Even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat.
Oh, jeez.
Anyone could have done it.
There we go.
Flash through this mystery.
the cause of death in the art gallery was blunt force trauma, faked as a strangling to resemble the Nailman's MO. But the murders all being strangulations wasn't made public right away. The only ones who knew that were those who actually set foot on the crime scenes. That includes the Nailman himself, the peacekeepers, and the first eyewitnesses on the scene. Which means you! You could have committed the murder in the art gallery.
Alright, so are we... We're not gonna get the last stand already.
For the first on the scene to also be the culprit is rather cliche.
He was always suspicious, but because the real mailman was someone else, I didn't connect the dots. He was fascinated by the mailman, and by studying him, he eventually knew more about him than anyone else. Ultimately, he became the mailman.
It's ironic that he exposed his own crime by knowing too much about the other ones.
Master, the truth is right there!
I guess we are getting, I guess we are getting, close to the final stand.
Go away! I won't let you! You have the truth!
Looks like we've arrived at the final stage.
If we make him submit, we'll completely solve the mystery labyrinth. Master, don't let your guard down.
Yeah.
God, Shinigami.
Let's do this, Master!
You will never destroy this fort!
Ah, shoot. I hit the wrong button.
Stop it! Shut up! Damn this! Stop with your lies! Everything was done by the Nailman!
What?
I'm not the culprit!
I keep pressing X instead of Y.
You accuse me when you
Because
have
it's
no proof.
because Xbox controller Y is the top button.
You didn't even check the crime scenes back then!
Hilara's forte. Post-cognition.
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
Thanks to Hilara's forte, we were able to see what each crime scene looked like at that time.
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene.
Where is Hilara right now, by the way?
Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when a third party first entered.
We used post-cognition to gather all the evidence.
Time to find him!
Okay, it's A, B, Y.
Wrong! Shut up! Stop it! Get away from me! Damn it! Why you? Get away from me! Get away! Get away! Who cares if you use post-cognition?
Saying get away over and over again isn't gonna
You only
change
saw
things.
what I saw as the first person on scene. No clue will help lead you to the culprit. You're never gonna find the culprit. What you saw is only what I saw the moment the corpse was discovered.
False. You were always with somebody, right? At the time the body was discovered, someone from the church entered. He was the one that unlocked the door. This in and of itself should
Alara's
be good.
post-cognition showed us that the paint can at the gallery storage entrance had been knocked over. And according to the art gallery staff member's testimony, that was your doing. You went into the crime scene first, and the art gallery employee behind you noticed you knocking over the paint can. But Alara's post-cognition only shows the scene when the corpse is first discovered. So if you were the first person to find the body, the scene before the paint can fell over would have been recreated. But it wasn't. The paint can had already been knocked over when the corpse was discovered. That means the first person to find the corpse was the art gallery staff member, not you. The reason you didn't count as the first person to find it is because you're the culprit. This is the truth of the case.
Still trying to feel out how to space these for YouTube, because we did a 6.5 hour investigation last time, and now we're in a 2-hour labyrinth.
Master, finish him! Shove all your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can!
Also, they couldn't call it Keyblade because it's copyrighted. Oh my gosh. Deduction denouement. Alright, so is this missing one? Ah, this is missing one. Where did the culprit leave the room? This one. What is this? The culprit used to climb the wall. The bent nail. What did the culprit tie to the vent? Fishing line? And this is culprit passed the line through the doll's eyes, the eyeless doll. Where did the culprit pass the line through last? I may not actually have that right now. I guess the back of the corpse's neck. What was nailed to the doll? The key. Used to escape. Rope ladder. I'm actually really surprised that it ended up being this guy. I expected it to be. I still feel like it was supposed, or it should have been the nun. What did they use to destroy the evidence? The incinerator. Reason being that the nun, even though she has her dominant hand injured, we don't know when that happened. And the murder, like the earliest murders took place. So this murder over here took place 3 months before the clock tower murders. So, like, she could have very easily still done that murder and then hurt herself when climbing down from the clock tower. Who is the Nail Man? The Nail Man is the priest, which I still say is a load of crap, and the identity of the copycat killer is the worshipper, because he's the only one who knew enough about the Nail Man killers to have done it. Mystery unraveled. I think I'm gonna split this one for YouTube after we finish the case.
A series of locked room murders based on an urban legend. Will we discover the true identity of the Nail Man?
Even though it'll be really short.
Truth bombs are about to be dropped. Time for the deduction denouement.
Denouement.
To solve the mystery of this string of events, we have to know who the Nail Man is first. The Nail Man is an urban legend of Kanai Ward. You write down the name of someone you want dead, and drive a nail through it and a doll to a tree behind the church. And the Nail Man will kill that person for you with a countless number of nails.
A string of murders exactly like that urban legend began half a year ago.
All of the crime scenes featured a corpse and dolls nailed down within a locked room. The first murder happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki district.
The victim was none other than the geezer who owned the place, and the cause of death was strangulation. I heard the buy-in to place a bet was pretty steep, and cheating was rampant, so it was obviously a scummy place.
The key to the door was inside of a glass. And the vent that connects outside looked too high for escape to be possible.
The culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footholds to climb. The proof? Why, the nails that were bent downward.
The vent was not screwed down at the time of the murder, so it could easily be removed and used as an escape route. The second murder happened 3 months ago. It was at a mansion near Ginma district.
The victim was some real estate agent who lived there, and the cause of death was again strangulation. He made a lot of money through shady real estate deals, so of course someone would be out to get him.
The door to the crime scene was the only possible entrance. But the key to that door was underneath the nailed-down victim. After the culprit escaped, some sort of trick was used to get the key back into the room.
A fishing line passed from the vent through the eye socket of the doll and propped up the upper body of the corpse. All that was left was to exit the room, lock it, throw the key in from the vent, and boom! You've got yourself a locked room mystery!
The key was tossed under the victim from the vent, and once the fishing line was retrieved, the corpse's upper body fell over, completing the crime scene.
The nails on the upper body didn't pierce through completely, so it wasn't nailed down at all.
The third murder happened 1 month ago in an art gallery storage room in Ginma district.
The skank's cause of death was blunt force trauma. She was a pretty lady who let her looks get to her head, and she got boom killed.
The key to the storage room was nailed to a painting through a doll. Another trick was used to get the key back inside the room here.
The painting with the doll nailed to it was propped up against the window, and then the culprit left the room. They nailed the key to the painting through the window.
Also, I just want to note, at one point, the priest asked if we'd found his fingerprints. None of these guys are wearing gloves in these scenes, so we definitely would have been able to find fingerprints.
Knocked it over, and bam! All done!
Those are the truths behind the past 3 cases. And now, there's been another murder at the clock tower in Kanai Ward.
The woman's cause of death was strangulation. Since you told that kid you'd take care of it, you gotta solve this case.
The clock tower crime scene is rather high up on the 3rd floor. The door was locked from the inside, and the window shutters were also locked. But there was rainwater under the window, and the nails in 2 of the dolls had rub marks.
In other words, the culprit must have hung a rope ladder from the dolls to escape out the window. With my logic, anything is possible.
Why are you imitating Halara? Anyway. The killer cut their footing on the way down from the window. That way, they could just pull on one side of the rope to retrieve the whole thing.
The shutters come down under their own weight, so they locked once the rope was collected. I'm surprised you noticed the auto-locking feature. You sure love your shutters, Master.
No, I'm just very thorough.
The rope ladder was collected, then burned in the church incinerator, which only clergy have access to.
That's how we know the mailman must be someone from the clergy.
But one question arose from this. The mailman killings share one more characteristic. All the victims were murdered by strangulation. This piece of information wasn't publicized.
The cause of death in the art gallery murder was blunt force trauma. Strangulation marks were added later.
Which means that it was someone mimicking the mailman. But I already know the identity of the copycat killer. First, the mailman must be someone thin enough to pass through the vent.
Someone with the skills to throw the key with precision.
And someone affiliated with the church.
I mean, more like just someone who doesn't have a broken arm.
You're the mailman!
Copycat is someone who knows that all of the victims were strangled to death.
Because he was the first witness in each case, the person capable of replicating the mailman's crimes is...
The Worshipper! You're the copycat criminal!
Is the truth of the case!
What's that?
It's the truth. The soul of the true culprit who built this mystery labyrinth.
I see. It looks otherworldly, but there's an ominous air around it.
Thank you, Halara. I was only able to make it this far thanks to you.
I only kept my part of the deal. You made the right choice hiring me. But I will say one thing. You've taken another step toward being a detective. That much is certain. I, Halara Nightmare, acknowledge you.
Really, Halara? You do?
Don't let it get to your head, Yuma.
What's about to happen?
Those two are about to drop dead in front of us.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for! Time to food kill the bad guy!
Is there a way to do this without killing them?
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! Death to all deplorables! To the final mystery labyrinth!
Dramatic finish. Electrowave detective, huh? This detective was not summoned to Kanai Ward. Oh. And that's really weird. They're just giving us information about characters who don't actually exist in the game.
Father?
Are you all right?
What's going on? What happened to those two?
Where's the pulse? They're dead!
Dead? What?
What? What is this?
I sure worked hard today. Feels so good to boom kill the murderer.
The mystery labyrinth crumbles when you reap the soul of the true culprit. Then, the cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price by vanishing with it. I knew this would happen, but it still hurts to see someone die before my eyes. It's like I killed them myself.
I mean, that's not far-fetched. Like I said before, this is just outright murder with so many extra steps.
No, I did kill them. I killed them with the ruthless blade of the truth.
There, there. Humans boom kill cows and pigs all the time and eat them. You don't feel bad about that, right? These were the souls of deranged murderers. At least you didn't eat them. If you look at it that way, there's nothing to feel bad about at all.
But if I eat their hearts, do I gain their deranged courage?
It's not so simple when it comes to people dying.
Did you people do this? Did you kill them with some kind of poison?
Hey, hold on! I have no idea what's going on here.
What if I just told them that that's the effects of my forte? So I am coming in loud AF compared to everything else for some reason. I think turn myself down just a touch. There we go. That should be a little bit less painful on people's ears. Like, I looked at my levels and, like, we're just, like, I'm sitting probably, like, slightly more than arm's length away from my mic, which is probably about 2.5 to 3 feet. And I'm still just, like, almost peeking.
We shall talk at headquarters. Follow me there immediately.
Is it just me, or are things more complicated now than before entering the mystery labyrinth?
Oh, you want help? Are you going to rely on me again? Oh, fine. I can't say no when you ask for help.
Everyone!
Ah! He came back to life!
Sorry about that. You see, I'm actually the mailman.
What?
These are my final words, so I can't lie. I'm the mailman. The worshiper laying there is just a copycat criminal. Search the church for the tools used in each crime. I'm sure you'll find plenty of evidence. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check it out. Thanks!
I didn't know you could do that. But that was a super lazy confession. Will it work?
That should do it. We even have witnesses, so this case is closed.
The priest mumbled something, but I couldn't quite hear him. Anyway, everyone here will be taken to Amaterasu Corporation at once.
What?
It wasn't effective at all.
He's so stubborn. This is why I hate authority.
What do we do?
Wait, I hear something.
Huh? What now?
motorbike. Something is heading this way at an alarming speed.
It can't be.
Where is that coming from?
No. What are you doing here?
Who are you?
You dare speak so carelessly? Who do you think I am?
The hero who defends peace and order in Kanai Ward. Director of the Amaterasu Peacekeepers. The Honorable Yomi Hellsmile.
Ugh, it truly is an anime game.
The Peacekeeper's director?
So he is the head of the Peacekeepers.
Now you know, small fry. Bow down.
Yomi Hellsmile.
What are you doing here?
No need to be alarmed. Benevolent Director Yomi is here to help. Oh, excuse me for the late introduction. I am Vice Director of the Peacekeepers, Martina Electro.
Martina Electro.
She's my beloved right hand. No one else gets to have her.
What's with him?
Master, be careful. This Yomi guy is dangerous.
Huh?
I've never seen anyone emit such a dangerous aura before.
He's that bad?
So, what brings you here?
Oh, right. I was so focused on my beloved right hand that I completely forgot.
As mentioned earlier, Director Yomi is here to help. I hear you've been troubled by Seth's unreasonable treatment. Is that right?
Huh?
Director Yomi, what is going on here? Why am I...
We have discovered you've been receiving sizable kickbacks for facilitating donations meant for the church. We now know why you were so desperate to clean up all the Nailman killings. After all, it would be troublesome to lose access to all that money if the priest was arrested as the Nailman.
Wait, please. Director Yomi, I did this under your orders.
Did you say something? Because I didn't hear a thing.
I only did this because you ordered me to.
Seth, you make me sad. I'm the hero and defender of peace in this city. My peacekeepers are proud soldiers of that mission. And yet, you let yourself be corrupted. How could you?
I mean, if he was just following orders, then that's not his fault.
Seth, for the sake of the peacekeepers and the peace of Kanai Ward, die.
Taking advantage of your position as a peacekeeper executive is a serious crime. The punishment must be severe.
But...
Yeah, I'm annoyed my own underling would betray me like this. I'm so annoyed, I'd go insane if I didn't toy around with my beloved right hand.
Okay, what is wrong with this guy?
It's an honor.
He's terrible. Like a lizard cutting off its own tail to survive.
Someone like him is in charge of the Peacekeepers?
Don't look him in the eyes. Don't talk to him either. If possible, don't even breathe the same air as him. Though it's probably too late for that.
Well then, to our shit-for-brains friends playing detective, looks like I have to give you a warning. Know your place in my city and stay there. Follow the rules and don't disturb our peace. Or I'll need you to die.
Can I just take a gun to this guy?
In this city, Director Yomi is both the law and the Peacekeepers itself. Defying us means you defy law and order. You will receive fitting treatment for such behavior.
Before, you were insignificant specks of dust. But now that you've banded together, you've become an eyesore. Detectives, my ass. Annoying little shits.
Wow. That's not very nice.
Let's go, my beloved right hand.
Yes, Director Yomi.
Looks like we've been targeted by someone dangerous.
Yeah, thanks to you! One wrong move and it would have been all over. You got that?
I'm sorry, but...
No buts! None! How did this happen anyway?
Laura, help me out. Please explain what happened. You said you acknowledged me as a detective, didn't you?
What? When did I say that?
Are you kidding me?
It's such a shame, Master. Everything that happens in the Mystery Labyrinth gets forgotten.
What?
Elara's memory must have been wiped after entering and leaving the labyrinth. Nothing inside the Mystery Labyrinth can be taken into the real world. Not even memories.
Oh.
Unless you have a contract with yours truly, that is.
But... I thought Halara and I had finally reached an understanding.
Memories from up until you enter the Mystery Labyrinth are retained, like the debt you owe for your assignment.
That's awful!
Hey, Yuma? Are you listening? You better make sure this doesn't happen again.
By the way, Chief, our submarine office is tipping over. Are you sure the Peacekeepers didn't mess with it?
What? Seriously? I have to go back and repair it. Yuma, help me out. Follow me.
It was supposed to be time for you to reveal the solution, but we've ended up in quite the mess.
Huh? Yeah.
This is my first time dealing with the true culprit dying before they could be accused. But I recall how you did your best to try and solve the case.
Huh?
You should be proud.
Laura.
Look, the Chief is calling for you. You should go.
Right. Thank you.
The one with the furrows, silence is cold. Until the day stuff falls, that it's cold, whatever.
Are you serious? A Peacekeeper executive was taking bribes from the church?
If Director Yomi said so, it would be considered the truth, even if it isn't.
What about the priest being the nailman?
It's going to be publicly announced as the truth. It appears the priest's strong desire to save others turned him into the nailman. He saw people wishing for revenge as they hammered those nails in the forest, and decided he needed to save them. That was the motive, though it could all be a story made up by the Peacekeepers.
So what about the kitty cat criminal?
Copycat.
You mean the copycat?
That one was already publicized as well. They say the copycat did it out of admiration for the real nailman.
And in the end, he felt so much guilt that he poisoned himself? None of this really makes any sense.
It sure didn't look like death by poison to me.
It's me! I did it, along with that detective kneeling in penitence over there.
It would make more sense to assume Yomi killed them somehow. Especially when you consider the timing. He'd do it without batting an eye.
Yomi Hellsmile, the director of the Peacekeepers, the leader of our enemy.
I heard he rode in on a dragon.
It was not a dragon.
No, it was a motorcycle.
From what I've investigated, the Peacekeepers' influence is gaining ground at Amaterasu Corporation. There's some sort of power struggle going on. Seems like they're getting their way internally. I hear that their boss, Yomi, is extraordinarily dangerous.
Extraordinary? So he is very normal? How scary.
It's only a matter of time until the Peacekeepers gain complete control of the corporation. When that happens, they might outright attack the World Detective Organization.
Perhaps the WDO made its move because they saw the warning signs. If that's the case, it could have something to do with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? We still know nothing about it, huh?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Nailman incident. I wonder what it could be.
Sheesh, so much to deal with. This sounds exhausting.
Didn't I tell you that from the start?
We have to obey directives from number 1, no matter how difficult they are.
Well, we got some very talented master detectives gathered here. I'm sure it'll be fine. So much... No, everything changes from now on. Yuma, you can take a seat now.
My legs feel numb.
Don't stick your neck out recklessly from now on, for everyone's sake. Got it?
Got it.
Hey, we worked super hard. I'm so stressed I could die. Oh wait, but I can't die.
Do we have a visitor? That's rare. Yuma, can you go get it?
Sure.
Hi.
Oh, it's you.
My dad is back safe at home. It's all thanks to you. Thank you for helping us.
No, I just... Well, I'm happy for you.
The killer turned out to be the priest, and as a bonus, the worshipper, the guy with the blue hair and the blue suit, was a copycat killer.
Aw, look
Also, welcome back,
at you
Ninjas.
getting thanked. You were on your knees just a moment ago.
Be quiet.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. Like it's yeah, really. It's weird though. Like my initial thoughts were just the nun, and I'm still like there was still very clearly room for it to be the nun, because like obviously she has her injured arm, but the key like one of the key pieces of evidence can easily be refuted by the fact that like, oh, the nun had to have use of both of her arms to do the murder in the mansion. They said that the culprit had to have use of both of their arms. But the problem is, if the perpetrator just injured their arm after doing if the killer just injured their arm, you know, after committing the murder, then that's neither here nor there. And that's exactly what would happen in like a Phoenix Wright game, where they would just be like, where they would say, do you have proof of when this injury occurred? And then you'd have to go through and then you'd have to present like a medical report or something like that.
What is it?
Did someone else die or something?
Will you play catch with me?
Huh? Catch? But it's raining.
It's always raining, Yuma. We've been over this.
Actually, sure. Let's play.
Then I was
unending
your most
rain.
same here.
My memories still seem like faraway raindrops. My hands still have yet to grasp a single thing. I'm still lost. Is it all right for me to be here? But with the worn baseball gripped in my hand, my heart somehow feels lighter.
Because the ball too hard and
Why
killed
I
him.
wanted to be a detective.
Unfortunately, we have plot
It could
armor.
have been for the sake of something so small that it fits in my
Yuma
hand.
has plot armor.
Maybe I should give myself credit for this small realization. So, for just a bit longer, I think I'll keep pretending to be a detective.
Chapter 1, the Nailman Killings, end. Alright, I'm gonna end the YouTube video, and then we're going to jump into the next one now.